Okay, children. So we are on chapter number 2, fractions. Okay, we have done a lot many things in fractions so far. We have understood the different kinds of fractions. We have learned how to convert fractions from improper to mixed, mixed to improper, like to unlike to like. So many things we have learned so far. We have learned how to add fractions. We have learned how to subtract fractions. In yesterday's class, we learned how to multiply fractions. And not only that, I also taught you how do we, what would I say, how do we use the concept of. All right. Today, we are going to learn how to the word problems of multiplications. Okay. All right. So I'll quickly take you to where we were. I hope you are learning the tables. You're making sure you know all the tables properly. Then only you would be able to do the cancellation very effectively. Okay. Let's start with the word problems today. All right. So the first word problem is a car covers a certain distance at a uniform speed of 66 2 by 3 kilometer per hour. What is the speed in 1 hour? It is 66 2 by 3. Children, I see a mixed fraction here, and my habit is as soon as I see a mixed fraction in the question, I try to convert it into improper fraction. All right. So what is the very first thing that we are going to do? We are going to convert 66 2 by 3 into an improper fraction. And how is it done? 3 multiplied by 66 plus 2. All right. And here we get 3 multiplied by 66 plus 2 gives us 200, and the denominator remains same. Is this clear, children? The very first thing that we need to do is convert a mixed fraction from the question into an improper one. Okay. Now we will write from the question the total distance covered is 66 2 by 3, which is 200 by 3 kilometer. Now, in 1 hour, per hour means what? 1 hour. They are saying in 1 hour it covers this much speed. So, in 9 hours, how much speed will it cover? It's simple. If in 1 hour it is this much, in 9 hours it would be 9 multiplied by 200 by 3. Alright. I have told you that instead of doing this, what I prefer the cancellation thing. I write 200 by 3 multiplied by 9 by 1. I see you that in 3's table 1 times, 9 goes 3 times. So I'm going to read a cut in 3's table 1 time and 3's table 9 times. What 3 times? What do I get? 200 multiplied by 3, which is 600 kilometer. So if a certain car covers a distance of 66 2 by 3 kilometer in 1 hour, the same car will cover a distance of 600 kilometers in 9 hours. Isn't that easy, children? Next we have apples are sold at the rate of 48 4 by 5. Alright. Apples are sold at the rate of 48 rupees 48 4 by 5 per kg. Again, children, as soon as I see a mixed fraction in the question, I tend to convert it into an improper fraction. How do we convert? 5 multiplied by 48 gives us 240. 5. Remember the cyclic pattern I have been telling you right since the beginning. 5 multiplied by 48 gives us 240 plus 4 gives us 244. What is the cost of 3 by 4 kgs? Again, 3 by 4 is a mixed fraction. We will first convert it into an improper fraction. And how do we convert it into an improper fraction? 4 multiplied by 3, 12. 12 plus 3 gives us 15. So it would be 15 by 4. I hope this is clear, children. Okay. Next, what we have? We have, it is given that for 1 kg the cost is rupees 48 4 by 5. So what would be the cost of 3 by 4 kgs? For this we need to multiply both of them. So we will write the cost of 1 kg apples is 48 4 by 5, which we here only converted. What did we get? 244 by 5. Here we have cost of 3 by 4 kg of apples would be what? We will multiply both of them because it's very simple. If you're not getting why do we multiply, the thing is for 1 kg the cost is this much. So for these many kgs it would be these many multiplied by the cost of 1. Okay. So what do we prefer? We prefer the cancellation part. Now children, you can see 5 and 15 can get cancelled out by each other. In 5's table 1 time, 15 comes 3 times. Similarly, 4 and 244 can be cancelled out with each other. Okay, 4's table 1 time and 61 times. Okay, 5 and 15 get cancelled 1 and 3 times. 4 and 244 get cancelled 1 and 61 times. Clearly 6 times 24, 1 times 4. Now what do we have? We have 61 multiplied by 3, which is 183. 1 multiplied by 1 is 1, and if we have 1 in the denominator, we don't write it. So we get rupees 183. Hence, the cost of 3 by 4 kg is rupees 183. I hope this is clear to you all. Next we have cloth is being sold at the rate of rupees 42 1 by 2 per meter. Okay, what is the cost of 5 3 by 5 meters of this cloth? I will decide later whether I have to multiply or divide. I will do one thing. As soon as I spot that there is a mixed fraction in the question, the very first thing I prefer doing is I convert them into a mixed fraction, improper fraction. Okay, so keep this thing in your mind. As soon as you spot a mixed fraction in the question, make sure you first convert it into an improper fraction. Children, here you can see 2 multiplied by 42 gives us 84 plus 1 gives us 85 by 2. If you follow my pointer, you would see to convert mixed fractions to improper, a cycle has been followed always. Like see 5 multiplied by 5, 25 plus 3 gives us 28, 28 by 5. All right. Now it is said that the cost for 1 meter is this much. What would be the cost of this much cloth? Simple. If 1 dairy milk cost for rupees 20, what would be the cost of 5 dairy milks? 5 multiplied by 20, that is 100 rupees. We simply have to multiply. So we'll write the cost of 1 meter of cloth is rupees 42 1 by 2, which is rupees 85 by 2. Therefore, the cost of 5 3 by 5 would be multiplication of both of them. And how do we multiply? We have been learning that cancellation has always been an easy tool. See, 5 and 85 get cancelled with each other. 2 and 28 get cancelled with each other. So here we have 2 stable, 28 comes 14 times. In 5 stable, 85 comes 17 times. Now in the numerator, we have 17 multiplied by 14, which gives us 238. In the denominator, we have 1 multiplied by 1, which gives us 1. Okay. Now 238 upon 1 is nothing but 238. Hence, the cost of 5 3 by 5 meters of cloth is rupees 238. Let's have one more question. There is a tin that holds 12 3 by 4 liters of oil. Children, remember the technique. As soon as you spot a mixed fraction on board, you simply convert it into an improper one. 4 multiplied by 12 gives us 48 plus 3 gives us 51 by 4. Children, I'm telling you, in all these years, whenever I check papers, I have seen even brilliant children committing mistakes and converting mixed fractions to improper fractions. And the thing is, even if you do the further steps right, but your conversion is wrong at the very first place, you're not going to get any marks, right? So make sure that whatever you do with full mind of yours, full focus and attention of yours. Don't just think that I'm very good with the calculations, I can do it. Please don't do that, because I have seen children making mistakes in addition and subtraction. So make sure you're not into it. Now, there is a tin that holds 12 3 by 4 liters of oil. It is asked how many oil can be stored in 26 such tins. Simple. Suppose there is a bottle of Coke that can handle 500 ml of Coke. So 10 will handle 10 multiplied by 500. You simply have to multiply. All right. And how do we multiply? We prefer multiplying this way. Now children, does 26 go in the table of 4? No, it doesn't. So, but we can see that 4 and 26, these two are what? These two are even numbers. They both can be cancelled out by 2. In 2's table, 4 comes 2 times, 26 comes 13 times. We can't cancel 2 by 51 because 51 is an odd number. It doesn't come in the table of 51. Alright. So what option do we have? We simply will multiply 51 by 13 in the numerator, which is 663. 2 by 1 in the denominator, which gives us 2. We are left with 663 by 2. Children, here comes another very important thing. Whenever we have a improper fraction in the answer, we have to make sure that we convert it into a mixed fraction. Because if we don't convert it into mixed fraction, it won't remain in its standard form. So we have to make sure that every time we are writing the answers, we have to write the answers in standard form. I have been telling you again and again, children, that whenever there is a mixed fraction in question, the first thing we do is convert it into improper fractions. Whenever we have a improper fraction in the answer, we have to convert it into mixed fractions. We have to take care of these minor things. Okay. So when we divide 633 by 2, 331 times comes 662. 1 is the remainder. Children, if you have missed out the earlier classes where I had taught how to convert improper fractions to mixed fractions and mixed fractions to improper fractions, you can check on YouTube. There are videos uploaded where you can understand how to do it, because if you are still stuck at this process, then it would become really extremely difficult for you. So make sure you revise your concepts, you get thorough with it. Okay. Here we complete multiplication of fractions. Now next we have to start is division of fractions. Before I do that, I can see a few students raising their hands. Is there anyone who would like to ask anything before I start division? If there is anyone who wants to ask any question related to multiplication or has any doubt in multiplication, can raise their hands. Yes, I see Kanak Soni. Yes, Kanak.
Ma'am, I want to ask that in word problems it's compulsory to write the statements.
Yes, beta, you will have to write the statements. Even if you don't want to write that multiplication is product of numerators by product of denominators, it will do. What you can do, like you can write that 1 tin holds this much quantity. So these many tins will hold this multiplied by this. And if you don't want, don't do the entire process that I have been doing in the left hand side. What I do on the right hand side in that red dialog box, I simply multiply and cancel out. Even if you do that much, that would be all right. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
All right, Kanak. Is there anyone else who wants to ask anything before I start with division? Okay. Children, please sit straight, sit properly. Today you are going to get the worksheet. In that there are word problems as well. Okay, so make sure you attempt them. I'll start the screen share again, and this time we are going to do the division thing. Okay, children, here we go. In this slide, we are going to learn what are reciprocal of fractions. Then we are going to learn what is division of fractions. Then we'll see the word problems on division of fractions. All right. Now, children, I'll tell you one thing. You know, when the first computer was made, the very first computer was a huge one. All right. It used to come in an entire room, in an entire big room. But slowly and steadily, the technology changed so much that now it has come in the size of a cell phone. You can see everything is there in the cell phone. All the systems of the computers are also available in our cell phone. You must be thinking, she is a maths teacher. Why is she talking about computers? I'm talking about computers for a very specific reason, your children. The reason why I'm talking about computers is, see, earlier the technology wasn't that advanced. There was different hardware used for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. But now, slowly and steadily, the technology got so much invented that with the same hardware, earlier there used to be two hardwares. One hardware is going to take care of multiplication, one hardware is going to take care of uh, subtraction. But here what happens, here we have different things. Here only with one software we can multiply as well as divide. With the same software we can add as well as subtract. Like you have learned in our previous classes, what we were doing, children, we were able to, even if we know how to add, we can subtract by using the same properties, that plus and plus becomes plus, plus and minus becomes minus, minus and plus becomes minus. So when we do this, it becomes really very easy for us to understand things. Okay. Similarly, multiplication and division follow very simple rules. A computer software can divide a particular number or fractions or anything with the software of multiplication only. You will learn how very soon. Okay. First of all, before I start with anything else, tell me, children, is 5 a fraction? Okay, I'll ask you people only. Wait. Can anyone tell me, is 5 a fraction? Raise your hand and I'll ask you. Ranveer. Yes, Ranveer, tell me.
No, ma'am, 5 is not a fraction.
Why, Ranveer? Why do you feel so?
Ma'am, because it is a whole number.
Okay, and you think that whole numbers are not fractions. What are fractions basically?
Ma'am, part of a whole.
Fractions are part of a whole that can be written as A by B, where A and B are both natural numbers, right? Anshu
Yes,
Agrawal,
ma'am.
every time in my class you are sleeping. You're lying on your bed. And if you do this ever again, I am going to remove you from my class. Okay, Ranveer, tell me. What were we talking about? Fractions are written in the form of A by B, where A and B are both natural numbers, right? Can anyone still give
Yes,
it a
ma'am.
try? The ones who feel that whether 5 is a fraction or not, I can see Prabhnoor here. Yes, Prabhnoor.
No, ma'am, it's not a fraction.
Why do you think so, Prabhnoor?
Ma'am, because it does not have denominator.
It does not have a denominator. Okay, Prabhnoor feels so that 5 does not have a denominator. Prabhnoor, can anyone else get it a chance? Sorry, give it a try. Prabhnoor, I'll come back to you. What are you talking about? We have a few more hands up. Let me see. I have Prathip. Yes, Prathip. Prathip,
Ma'am, because it, yes, ma'am.
tell me.
Ma'am, because fractions are a part of a whole and 5 is not a part of a whole and it does not have a denominator also.
Okay, tell me, then the improper fractions are not, means there the numerators are greater than the denominators, then how would you say that if you have 5 by 2, then that also 2 is not a whole, right? Okay, is there
Yes,
anyone
ma'am.
who feels that yes, 5 is a fraction? Please raise your hand. If anyone feels that yes, 5 is a fraction, please raise your hand. Kanak Soni feels so. Okay, Kanak.
No, ma'am. We can write 5 as a fraction.
How?
Ma'am, means 5 by 10, 5 by 1, like this,
How?
ma'am.
5 by 1, not 5 by 10. All of you sitting at your place, clap for Kanak. Very good, Kanak.
Thank you, ma'am.
See, Kanak is absolutely right. We can write 5 is 5 by 1. And 5 and 1, it now has a denominator. Yes or not? Tell me. Yes. So now you got it. All the whole numbers can be written as fractions. Rudra Mittal, get out of my class. You eat your chewing gums outside, okay? I'm removing you straight away. Where did Rudra Mittal go? Wait.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
No, no. You're not going to come in my class
Ma'am,
again.
ma'am, really sorry.
Why can't I see him?
Ma'am, sorry.
Now, children, I'm telling you, if I see any one of you misbehaving in my class, I'm going to remove you from the class. Don't be into this notion that these are online classes, these does not make sense or anything like that. I'm not going to do that. Please make sure. Okay. So coming back to what we were doing, as Kanak said, yes, 5 is a fraction because 5 can be written as 5 by 1. And children, as a matter of fact, all natural numbers can be written as fractions. 10 can be written as 10 by 1, 99 can be written as 99 by 1, 1059 can be written as 1059 by 1. So no matter whatever whole number of natural number we have, it can be written as a fraction. The only thing to remember that the denominator is not supposed to be 0. If the denominator becomes 0, that means that particular number is not defined in mathematics. Okay, there are a few things which are not defined in mathematics, and anything having a denominator of 0 is one of it. Children, here you can see that I have written that the numerator and denominator should be both what? They should be both natural numbers. All right. So we have to make sure that the denominator is not 0. Otherwise, all natural numbers could be written as a fraction by writing the denominator as 1. Okay. Now, next we have fraction is a part of a whole. A fraction has two parts. The upper part is called the numerator. The lower part is called the denominator. Now, what is reciprocal of a fraction? Reciprocal of a fraction is nothing but a number or a fraction obtained by swapping the fraction. That is, if there is a numerator, there is a denominator. If I swap them, that is, the denominator becomes the numerator becomes the denominator, then we call it as its reciprocal. Okay, like 5 can be written as 5 by 1, and when we swap it, it will become 1 by 5. Okay, similarly 8 by 3, 8 by 3, if we swap it, it will become 3 by 8. Is this clear, children? If there is a fraction 3 by 4, it will get converted into 4 by 3. So whenever you have to write the reciprocal of a fraction, you simply have to swap the numerator with the denominator. The reciprocal, suppose if you have to find the reciprocal of a mixed fraction, what are you going to do? Nothing to worry. First step, convert the mixed fraction into an improper fraction and then swap it. Okay. For example, 3 4 by 5, first convert it into a improper fraction. 5 multiplied by 3, 15, 15 plus 4, 19. It becomes 19 by 5. When we swap it, it will become 5 by 19. Okay. Now they are asking what is the product of a fraction and its reciprocal. You have a fraction and you have its reciprocal. If you find the product, if you multiply them, what will you find? Again, I'll come back to you people only to ask. Okay, I'll ask you. You people tell me, if I multiply a fraction with its reciprocal, what will I get? Who knows? Please raise your hands.